The Maxton Hall. Season 3 trailer did not just tease a new chapter, it quietly exposed a truth that changes everything we thought we knew. One single moment, barely a few seconds long, has fans completely stunned. Because if this twist is real, then the entire power structure of Maxton Hall is about to collapse. And the scariest part is this: the people who think they are in control have no idea what's coming. Section 1. It has been a long time since Season 2 ended, but the pain it left behind never really faded. Ruby being expelled, James broken under his father's shadow, Lydia's secret, and Mortimer standing untouched at the top. All of it felt unfinished, unfair, and deeply unsettling. That is exactly why the Season 3 trailer feels so shocking, because instead of promising comfort, it promises consequences. From the very first seconds, the tone is darker, heavier, and far more dangerous than before. This is not a season about healing. This is a season about truth finally forcing its way out. The biggest twist hinted at in the trailer revolves around one uncomfortable idea. Mortimer's control is not as solid as he believes. For 2 seasons, he has manipulated people, erased scandals, destroyed reputations, and used fear as a weapon. Ruby's expulsion was the perfect example of his power. The photo was real, the damage was irreversible, and no one dared to stand against him. But in the trailer, we see something different. A shift. A moment that suggests someone close to Mortimer is about to break the silence. And when that happens, everything he built starts to crack. What makes this twist so powerful is that it does not come from an outsider. It comes from inside the family. The trailer strongly hints that James is no longer willing to stay quiet. For the first time, he is not running, not apologizing, not trying to fix things quietly. He looks ready to tell the truth, even if it costs him everything. And this matters, because the truth about the photo is the key to Ruby's entire future. If James admits that the image was misinterpreted, that the moment was innocent, and that Mortimer knowingly allowed Ruby to take the fall, then Maxton Hall has no choice but to act. But the twist goes deeper than Ruby returning to school. The trailer subtly suggests that the photo scandal was never about morality. It was about strategy. Mortimer did not just protect Lydia. He removed 2 people who were inconvenient, Graham and Ruby. One was a legal problem, the other a moral threat. And once that realization sets in, the story changes. Ruby is no longer just a victim. She becomes evidence. Proof that Mortimer has been abusing his influence for years. The tension rises because the trailer also hints at how Mortimer will react once he realizes James is no longer under his control. This is not a man who forgives betrayal. If James speaks, Mortimer loses authority, reputation, and possibly everything. And that is where the real danger begins. The trailer's silence around Lydia is especially unsettling. Her storyline feels heavier, more secretive, as if something devastating is about to surface. And considering Mortimer's access to their phones, the possibility of him discovering Lydia's pregnancy feels terrifyingly close. What makes viewers truly stunned is how calm the trailer appears on the surface, while everything underneath feels ready to explode. There are no loud confrontations shown, no dramatic confessions, just looks, pauses, and unresolved tension. That tells us Season 3 is not going to rush the chaos. It is going to slowly suffocate its characters with truth. Every secret will be exposed at the worst possible moment. And perhaps the most chilling part of this massive twist is the feeling that Mortimer is about to face enemies he never expected. Not rivals, not outsiders, his own children. The trailer suggests that once the truth starts coming out, there is no way back. Maxton Hall will not return to normal. Relationships will be tested, loyalty will be destroyed, and the people who survived under Mortimer's rule will finally decide whether fear controls them or whether truth does. This is only the beginning. And if the trailer is telling us anything, it's that Season 3 is not about who wins. It's about who survives when the lies finally end. As the massive twist begins to unfold, the focus slowly shifts from Ruby's return to school to something far more dangerous: the complete collapse of Mortimer's carefully protected world. The trailer strongly suggests that once James breaks his silence, the consequences will move faster than anyone expects. Mortimer is a man who survives on control, and the moment that control slips, he does not retreat, he attacks. What makes season 3 feel so intense is the idea that Mortimer is no longer fighting rumors or outsiders, but his own blood. The trailer hints that James standing up for Ruby is only the first strike in what will become an all-out war inside the family. One of the most chilling possibilities shown between the lines is Mortimer discovering Lydia's secret. His access to the twins' phones has always been a silent threat, and the trailer makes it painfully clear that this threat is about to become reality. Lydia's pregnancy is not just a personal issue. For Mortimer, it is a public disgrace and a loss of control. And if there is one thing Mortimer cannot tolerate, it is losing control over his image. The trailer subtly implies that once this truth comes out, Lydia will no longer be protected, no matter how much he claims to care about family. Instead of support, she may face rejection. This is where the story takes an even darker turn. The possibility of Mortimer forcing Lydia out of the house feels horrifying, but also completely believable. The trailer shows emotional distance, cold expressions, and a growing sense that the twins no longer belong in the place they once called home. James trying to protect Lydia only makes the situation worse, because every time James chooses compassion over obedience, Mortimer's anger grows, and it feels inevitable that Mortimer will eventually give them an ultimatum: loyalty or exile. What makes this twist so powerful is that leaving the house is not a defeat. It is the beginning of resistance. The trailer suggests that once the twins walk away, they stop being victims and start becoming a threat. From that moment on, Mortimer is no longer untouchable. He becomes vulnerable. And the one place where he is most vulnerable is the Beaufort Company, the thing he values more than his own children. Season 3 seems ready to expose the truth about Cordelia's will, a mystery that has quietly haunted the story. The trailer gives subtle clues that the version Mortimer presented may not be real. This is where the appearance of Percy becomes deeply unsettling. His presence feels intentional, almost symbolic. That moment from season 2, Percy at Cordelia's grave, holding and kissing a key, suddenly feels like a warning we ignored. The trailer suggests that key may unlock far more than a box. It may unlock the truth Mortimer buried years ago. If the real will exists, then everything changes. Mortimer's power, his shares, his authority, all of it could disappear overnight. And this is what makes the trailer so shocking. It hints that the twins and their aunt are no longer just emotionally hurt characters. They are investigators, searching for proof, piecing together a puzzle Mortimer thought was erased forever. The idea that Percy might hold the final piece makes his role far more suspicious and important than ever before. And then comes the most unsettling possibility of all: Percy's connection to Cordelia. The trailer never says it directly, but the tension around him raises a terrifying question. What if Percy was not just loyal to Cordelia, but deeply involved in her life? What if Mortimer's biggest fear is not losing power, but losing the truth about who really deserves it? The thought that James and Lydia may not even be Mortimer's biological children would completely destroy the identity Mortimer has built around himself. This section of the story feels heavy because it is no longer about teenage drama or school politics. It becomes a story about legacy, truth, and stolen lives. The trailer makes it clear that Mortimer's downfall will not be fast or easy, but it will be personal. And when that truth finally comes out, it will not. The Maxton Hall. Season 3 trailer did not just tease a new chapter, it quietly exposed a truth that changes everything we thought we knew. One single moment, barely a few seconds long, has fans completely stunned. Because if this twist is real, then the entire power structure of Maxton Hall is about to collapse. And the scariest part is this: the people who think they are in control have no idea what's coming. Section 1. It has been a long time since Season 2 ended, but the pain it left behind never really faded. Ruby being expelled, James broken under his father's shadow, Lydia's secret, and Mortimer standing untouched at the top